All right, so a question that many of you have is like, how do you decide of where to place your breakdowns and by not disturbing the nice blocking plus that you had in the previous version of this animation? Well, this is where this is how I like to think about it. So I in my step version 218 is where I went into my next key, and I knew that I was going to need a breakdown. So as a kind of a general rule, I'll start placing that breakdown around 4 frames. In this case, it was 5, but around 4 frames to the left of that keyframe. And then I will bring a held key from my previous keyframe. I will make that a 4 frames before that. So I will just create that transition so that I'm preserving all that work I did for figuring out when my keys were supposed to hit with my phrasing of my analysis of my dialogue and my blocking pass. So that is really important. And then, so we've got our transition. We hit that key on 218, and then I've got a bit of a hold here, and I know that on frame 230, I wanted to hit my next keyframe. So I did a sort of a moving hold here from 218 to 227. Really similar drawings. They have a little bit of movement with that arm and a little bit with the body, but not all of the keys. It's sort of a nice nuanced moving hold that's giving a bit of acting during the hold, which is great. And then we have another transition here. So I knew that this transition was going to be really short from 227 to 230. So I placed that end of that kind of hold, whether it's a duplicate key or slightly different to give it more of a moving hold feel. And I knew that I was only going to need 3 frames, so I placed that other key right there in 227 so that I would hit my next key on 230 without disrupting any of that hard work that I did in analyzing my dialogue and in the blocking. I don't want to disrupt that work. I want to preserve it. So I have to do that thoughtfully and kind of think about putting those transitions from the previous keys before you want to hit the key that syncs up nicely with the beginning of that phrase. So this finishes part 2, and we'll have a part 3.